All right. Hey, good morning, everyone. How are y'all doing this morning? I am doing wonderful because I am looking out here. I'm going to turn around. I am in Prescott, Arizona, and doing this so you can see how beautiful it is behind me. I did not look to see exactly what the temperature is, but it feels like maybe, I don't know, 65, maybe 70. Quite a change from Las Vegas. Interesting, we were in Phoenix over the weekend, Bill and I, seeing my mother. And I'm doing it here so that I can really, I want y'all to see just how beautiful this is. And it was 107 in Phoenix, and we got here and it was 85. So that tells you this is why people leave the desert in, Vegas and Arizona, Phoenix, and come out here to Prescott or some of the other places that they have around here. I mean, our world is so beautiful, isn't it? I'm going to do the little switchy thing on the camera so I can give you a little better view. So I don't know where you are today, but maybe this will give you a little lift to your spirit. I have a little gentle breeze. My hair is going to be doing kind of crazy things, but you guys have seen me at worse, right? So, all right, I'm going to switch. There we go. All right, so this gives you really panoramic view of how beautiful it is here. Just love the mountains, and you can just see so far across the horizon. I feel like I'm in a tree house, actually, because we're so far up. We wound up. I'd hate to be where we are right now in the winter time, because it would be really hard getting up and down these hills, right? So, and let me see who's saying good morning. Good morning to Candy and to Jennifer. Yay, yay. She said, lovely here. Hello from sunny Kansas City. And Lisa, good morning. So nice to have you here. So it's great to see you guys. So yeah, leave me chats. I'm doing this on my phone this morning. I'm going to turn the phone back around because y'all might not want to keep looking at the beautiful landscape, but that's what I'm seeing from the deck of the house that we've rented, the VRBO. And I want to encourage y'all today to really think about, we've all been kind of locked up, so to speak. We've had to stay home. It was the first time I put my rings on. I don't wear my rings a lot in the summertime. It's just not as comfortable, so I don't. And if I'm not going anywhere. So literally I had not put on my watch or my wedding ring, my joy, in 3 months. And I still haven't worn high heels yet. So, because I haven't been to church, haven't been to any of our fun, fearless things, and I don't really need to wear high heels around the house. You get that, right? So I'm wondering when my first opportunity that I'm going to wear my high heels again. So, Jessica, good morning. Glad you're here. Hey, Linda, thank you. Back to you. This is awesome. I can see y'all's your comments pretty well here on my phone. Jennifer's on watching with us, but it's harder to do a two people interview type of situation on the FaceTime. And so when I'm out of town like this, I often do them by myself, but I miss having my cohort with me. So good morning, Jennifer. So anyway, I'm just kind of walking around don't want to make you all dizzy or anything, but just walking around the deck. And so I want to encourage, some of y'all may have seen my post last night where I was talking about, what do you have planned? Do you have someplace planned to go? Maybe it's just, an overnight at a little bed and breakfast. I'm going to walk over here. Maybe at a bread and breakfast someplace, or maybe you have just a weekend place that you can go that's close to where you live. I know in California there's plenty of those. Kansas City, the same. There's lots of little places that you can go and just kind of get away. Prescott is 4 hours from Vegas, so it's a real easy trip. And we checked on the VRBO, made sure it was clean and all that. And we came in and did our cleaning. So I don't think we have to be afraid. So part of it is, like I said on the notes this morning, that I'm talking about mindset. And I talk about that a lot, as y'all know, because everything comes from it. What you think about, you bring about. I know you get sick of hearing it, but I guess I'm going to just say it forever, because I think we limit ourselves so much by what we think about. We think, well, if we allow the fear to take us over, and again, y'all know my heart. I'm not trying to tell you to go out and be crazy and do something not smart, or to be careless. Not at all. But we can be smart. We are smart, intelligent people, and we know how to to make decisions for ourselves. So, when your city allows you to be out and to go to restaurants, and so my sister and I have been to 2 restaurants the last 2 nights, and it did have it set up so it was like every other table, and all the servers and everything had their mask on and all those things. And we felt very safe, and we used our hand sanitizer. So it's like, let's get over the fear. We don't have to be afraid. And, I just think there's a lot of that oppressive thought out there, and I don't want you to let that hold you back, and be thinking about what you want, not just, to do right now, but think of something you want to do. So what's the first thing you want to do just to get out a little bit? And I saw several postings on our Fun Fearless page of people, Missy Days going to the beach. She loves to go to Huntington Beach, so I'm sure this is their first trip over. There's just different people who are going different places. And it could just be take a day trip to a beautiful park or a little retreat somewhere. So think about that. And I'd love it for you to post, where do you want your first trip to be? What your first outing, other than, let's go to a restaurant. I think, boy, that's everybody. And it has been really nice to get back out to a restaurant where, you can just have somebody serve you, not have to cook it, and I don't have to clean it up, because 3 months of doing that when you're not a major cooking person is a lot. So, anybody going to post me where you're going to go? Are you thinking about? And you don't have to make a decision today by any means. Let me see who else. Good morning, Miss Kathy. Thank you. I do. I think it is a beautiful view. You actually are seeing the house right now. But Leslie Dickey, good morning. Nice to see you. Gretchen, hi. Liz Skidmore, oh my goodness. So great to have y'all on here. So I'll do one more little repeat of myself in case you're wondering why I'm out here. I'm on a little trip, Prescott, Arizona, up in the mountains, about 25 degrees less than Vegas and Phoenix, which is why my sister and I are up here. We want that little cool air. Matter of fact, the breeze is going, and if you hear some little jingle jangles, it's the wind chimes, and it's so cool to listen to those. Jean Richardson, good morning, Peggy. Oh, wow, you guys, we're having a great group on and making comments this morning. Jennifer says, I'm heading out of town this weekend. Oh, this weekend? Oh, for a funeral. I'm so sorry. Just ready for a drive-in to see family. And I think that's probably the biggest thing, is getting out and being with the people that you love, being out and just feeling normal, feeling kind of like yourself again, kind of get yourself back in your groove, right? And it is mindset. And so this, as we talk about this morning, sometimes just getting out of wherever you are. So where you've been with your family, or where you've been over this last 2 or 3 months. Let's see. Peggy says, my sister-in-law lives near Prescott. Oh, good. Can't wait to go to the river in Lafayette. Yay. So good. Think about that. And even if you can't go for a few weeks or a month, it's so nice to think about it, right? It's just so nice to think about, I'm going to go on this trip. I'm going to get out of town, let's get out of Dodge, go someplace and do something else. So as we talk about that, a couple of things to just keep on your mind. It is really good to stir it up a bit. I mean, the pandemic certainly stirred everything up. We'll all agree with that. And, there's lots of things that have been happening during this time. But feeling a little bit of the release, a little bit of the opening of your heart and mind for the new things that God has in store for you, to be able to appreciate the nature around you, your relationships, your family, your friends. Can't wait to get back with some of you FFF, you Fun Fearless Female Gals, that we actually have physical luncheons. That will be starting back in July. So I look forward to that. So think about the things you can really look forward to in the next month, and make yourself even, at least one place, but make yourself maybe a little list of things in the next 3 months, or by the end of the year, something that you want to do to help yourself feel better, just to lift your spirit, something to look forward to. And it really is in our mind on how we do that. Because if we allow the fear, if we allow what all's happening in the world, which, we know there's a lot of negative out there. But when we allow that to overtake our minds, then we're holding ourselves back and we're limiting ourselves. And I find that women limit themselves a lot. And many of you know that the last week, we did a study. We did a called Jumpstart Challenge, which was renewing your mindset. And that study has finished, but all the videos are in the group. And I encourage you. Hi, Elizabeth. Good morning. And Luana, good morning. And Christine. Oh, wow. And let's see. And Jay, I miss saying hello to you. Good morning. And Karen, yay. Georgia, Terry. Oh my gosh, Janine. Woo, y'all are lifting my spirits today. I love seeing that. It's like, oh my gosh. It is so encouraging for me when I know y'all are out there and you're sending me quick hellos. And I'm going to do something a little different this morning. And so, I hope that this doesn't, make you say, is this what she does every week? Because a lot of y'all are new that I have not seen on here before. But as I was thinking about things, because mindset is so important, because it's so important to me to share that with you, I want to talk to you this morning about how it's important that you're always feeding your mind with good things, that you're always reaching out to learn more and to figure out more ways to help your mind think in a positive way, to look past what the circumstances are and to actually be able to move past that and look at that your life does. I'm moving in here to the shade a little bit because I'm actually going to sit down because I want to talk a little bit serious with you here. Woohoo! This actually went down a little bit. Many of us, have been together here on Facebook Live going on, I think, 3 years. Like I said, I should go back and look. I haven't yet, but I will do that. But we've been going on for about 3 years. And in all this time, we've never really, I've not talked to you really about workshops that I hold or coaching that I do. But I've have so many people say, so Delinda, what is it you really do? So this morning, I'm going to tell you and talk to you about that a little bit because I do have something coming up that I want to share with you. And here's the thing. I believe so much that we have choices over what we think about. I believe so strongly that we can make a choice on how we think, how we live our lives. Those choices are determined by what we think about. And when we think we don't have a choice, then you don't. Because you've already predetermined, you've already said that you don't have a choice. And the more we tell ourselves those negative thoughts, the more they keep coming true. I share a lot of times, that for me, it always was, well, I never remember names. And, so for 50 years, I couldn't remember names because I kept telling myself I couldn't remember. Well, now I don't say that anymore. And I'm getting better every day because people are important to me. So we all have those things that hold us back. And I'm not just talking about your self-talk, which is huge, but it's really how do you think? What kind of things have you been in agreement with? Sometimes we agree with what the world says, and we don't even know that we've made a mental agreement about that. One of the things that comes to me, my sister and I, like I said, we're on this trip together. We were talking about the fact that when we were in school, it was an assumption, it was an attitude, it was the way it supposedly was that boys are smarter than girls. And we all know that's not true. And I know, Karen, some of y'all that were in the workshop last week know I shared that as well. So there's some things we've just allowed ourselves to believe that are true that are just not. Okay, so we need to start looking at that. What are the things we're saying to ourselves that's true that really is not true? And it's a matter of us switching our mindset because it's our perspective is what that is all about. So I'm getting ready to launch a workshop, actually a masterclass starting this Thursday. And as I tell you about that, again, this is the first time that really I have done this in 3 years. So bear with me, and I hope you don't mind, but I just have to share it with you because I want you to know. I want you to have the choices. I want you to understand how you can change your own mind. And that's what it is. We all have to change our mind. Put ourselves in a learning situation where God can change your mind and God can change your heart if that's where you are. We've been together. We've shared experiences. You know me. You know me, you know my heart, you know I care about you. And this is just a time now for you to figure out, how are you going to get from here to there? Whether it's in a business or relationships, any part of your life, it doesn't matter the circumstances, but how are you going to get to that next level? And the truth is, most of you are going to need help. Most of us do. I do. Every time I've hit the wall, every time I've needed or wanted to go to the next level and I couldn't, I've had to reach out to someone. So if you're going to need help, and you're going to pay for help from somebody, I'd like it to be me. It's just that it is really that simple. I'd like it to be me because you already know me. You know my heart. You know I'm not going to lead you astray. You know I'm going to give you the best that I have. I'm going to help you get from point A to point B. I'm going to help you understand yourself better because, again, it's about that. The more we understand ourselves and sometimes why we have those thoughts, why we've had those agreements. And I'm going to use my sister as an example. I use her a lot, and she knows I do. It's always okay with her. But she was a preemie, okay. And for her, the first oh my gosh, probably 20 years of her life, all through school, she was told in our family, well, honey, you're a preemie, and so it's just hard. School is harder for you. You're a little slow. And so she thought that. Now, my sister is a brilliant woman. She is so smart. She's a risk taker. And it wasn't till her 20s she realized that all that agreement that she grew up thinking that was true really was not. And so now she's an entrepreneur. She's done amazing things. So first, for your own self, as you're thinking about it, begin to start thinking about what things have you come in agreement with, whether it's what the world told you, whether it's what your family told you. Maybe it's just things that you saw, I would never be able to do that, because I'm not smart enough or whatever that is. So it's really changing your mindset. And that's what we're going to do. So what I'm offering to you, and I'll put the link on here when we're finished because I can't do it while I'm on my phone. It's too hard for me to do that. But it's Jumpstart 2, and it's more on mindset. And it's going to be a weekly session, once a week, for an hour a week. We'll get on, and we'll go longer if y'all have questions and that I can answer. You will have unlimited access to me. You can send me emails if you have a question, you have something going on in your life. Sometimes it's just so hard to do it by yourself. It really is. And I know that. I understand that. And I don't want you to be by yourself because you're not. So all you have to do is reach out to me. And like I said, and the truth is like less than $20 a session, you guys. So $97, a 5-week master class with me. This starts on Thursday. So I want you to think about it. I'll put the link on there. If you don't need it, great. That's fine. Still join me every week. And like I said, this is the first time I've talked about offering you a class, an option, a paid workshop that I'm doing. So, if you want to join me, I would love it. And the truth is, I think we all need it. I think everybody needs it. And all of you beautiful lady answer, think of this. Wouldn't this be great? We're actually going to do it on Zoom. If you don't want to be on camera, you don't have to. But we're going to be able to participate and have back and forth. Now, this is fun. This is really great when I can sit here talking to you and I can just see you. I can visualize you, especially when y'all say hi. And I was like, oh, I know you. I can see you there. But we could do it together and we'll have back and forth conversation. I'll be teaching and then helping you. Maybe you're at just one place and you're stuck and you just need a new idea, Maybe I have one for you. I probably do. Maybe somebody else does. So it's a wonderful way of coming together to support each other, lift each other up, and do this in a secure place where you don't have to worry about everybody else, knowing what you're talking about. So it's limited at 20 members because at over 20, I can't have that personal touch with you, and I want to really make it a very personal place. So when I put it on there, click the button and just do it. Come alongside. Let's just do that. We'll be together the next 5 weeks on Thursdays. And here's the thing. So some of you are probably already saying, well, I can't do Thursday mornings. Well, the recordings will be there and you can watch them and then you can ask me the questions and send, there'll be a private Facebook group and the videos will be there. You can watch them. You can ask me questions later. And like I said, you're going to be able to have, total access to me for the questions that you have. So I know that you're not going to be asking the questions on here right now because it's, kind of hard to do that. But if you did have a quick question, I'd love to give it to you. But I'll post it so that you can, have that and click that button. But I start Thursday morning, 8:30 Pacific time. So you have basically probably until 7:30 because once I go on, I can't go into approve you into the group and all of that. So think about that. And as we continue on, so I will leave you with that, except saying, click the button when I put it on there. Just click the link. And continue to think about, what do you want to now? We're opening up. I would say, okay, I know y'all can just tell me, have you been out to eat at a restaurant? So has everybody had their first out to the restaurant? So send me a little, yes, I've gone out to dinner. And if you want to say, yes, it was wonderful, or yes, it was different, I'll say that. Yes, it's been different. So especially the first week. So Bill and I started going out. We went out two times, I think, last week. So we've been gradually doing it. But we hadn't seen my mother in the 4 months, and I just wanted to see for myself that she was okay. So that's why we went to Phoenix. And it was interesting. We stayed at a Courtyard, and we always stay at Marriott's. That's just our hotel of choice. And when I called them after making the reservations to ask them about the situation of the rooms, they told me they had three buildings. And once March hit and everything closed down, they were at 3% of their occupancy. I mean, I can't even imagine how they could open the door and turn the lights on at 3%. So they closed down 2 of the 3 buildings and kept just 1 building open, which makes total sense. And so this weekend that we were just there was the first weekend that they had opened, and we were in a room that hadn't had anybody in there in 3 months. Now, of course, they had gone in and cleaned, of course, but anyway, so when you go, that's one of the tips if you Google out, safe travel tips. They do suggest that you ask for a room that hasn't had someone in the night before, and they know that information and they can give it to you. They won't, they're not going to just volunteer the information, but you can ask for it. So as you're thinking about taking, a little trip someplace, have a little outing, just ask for that. We'll do that. Bill and I will be driving to Kansas City here in a couple of weeks. We're going to actually head up to Nebraska for a little bit, but I'm so anxious to see my grandkids. Haven't seen them now in 4 months. Like, oh my gosh. So we'll be checking, on the hotels and asking them and requesting a room that didn't have somebody in the night before. Because once a room's been empty for a couple of days, the virus doesn't last. So there wouldn't be any possibility of that. So it's those kind of things. So don't be afraid, you guys. Don't let the fear hold you back. Don't let the news hold you back. And unless things really change and, they shut everything back down again, and I'm not saying go against that. But since things are opening up, don't be afraid to do that. And just pray, Lord, okay, keep us safe, give us travel mercies. And let me go back here and see if I have, now let's see, how do we do this? Okay. It says I can wave to you guys. Okay, so I'm going to try that. All right, and I said hi to Lawana and Elizabeth. Good morning. So great to see you here. Christine. Angie, hi there. Bert, good morning. Diane, good morning. Lisa, oh my gosh. We really have a great group with us this morning. Tracy, Layla Ball, Jane, and Jay says amen. Thank you very much. Gary, so I don't know if it's really Gary. Sometimes I know couples will use this one name. So if it is Gary, good morning. And if it's wife, that's good morning too. So there you go. Jackie. And let's see, and Irvine. So you guys, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. I love it. I love all the comments. I would love to know, Irvine, where are you? Where do you live? And Gary, because I don't know where y'all are. And Jackie, I don't know where you live. And Jay, you're new in our group, so I can't remember. So if you could remind me. Jane, all of you, where do you live? Layla, are you still down in Louisiana or are you living someplace else? So keep your mind alert. Fill your mind with positive things. Think on, the scripture that tells us, think on what is pure and holy and excellent and praiseworthy. When your mind is filled with those kinds of things, when you're looking for good and not for the bad, you're going to find it. You're going to find the good. It keeps your mind open to the possibilities, to what God has for you, because y'all, there's so much waiting for all of us. This pandemic has been bad, and I am not going to, people have had loved ones who have passed, and I understand that. And some of you, matter of fact, I know one person in particular that's on the call right now who had the virus. She and her daughter and they've survived, they've come through, but it wasn't fun. It was not fun. She says she doesn't wish it on her worst enemy. So I know that there's pain out there, and I know that there's sorrow. But I know that there's still more. This too shall pass. This will be gone. And there's more out there for you. And are you using this time? And maybe you haven't yet. Maybe you've been kind of sitting back waiting. Well, now's the time to stop. Stop the waiting. Do something positive for yourself. If it's not take my class on mindset, then pick something else. There's so much out there. Y'all, I can't even do as much of it as there's out there. Every day I'm getting new offers from people and there's lots of free content out there. You can go to the Jumpstart first class jumps, and it's called Jumpstart Challenge Group. All right. So there's a lot of jump starts if you go to Facebook. So the Jumpstart Challenge 2 is a whole week of free material, free lessons. I did every single day last week, free videos that will help you and give you ideas of something to do and gives you a challenge to do. So it's right there. It's available to you. And in that, then you'll also get the link if you want to continue, but that has to be, you have to make that by Thursday, because I'm going to start 8:30 Pacific time on Thursday morning. So keep thinking positive, reach out, do something to challenge yourself, do something to help yourself grow. Maybe you because of your schedule and having all the kids at home, you don't have as much quiet time as you used to have because you've got the house full of people. Still find a moment from some moments when you can just go out of the house and leave the kids with somebody or whatever, and even just go out and take a walk for yourself. It feeds your soul. It feeds your spirit. But begin looking for where can you go. Take a little trip, and I want to know where y'all are going because it's important. It really is important for you to do that for yourself. All right, well, we are coming to the top of the hour. It's like, oh, amazing. So I'm going to stand back up again because I was under a little umbrella, so I have no idea really how great the video is today. But I'm going to stand back up here and think about, God made such a beautiful world for us. And as we really just appreciate the beauty, appreciate the topography, wherever you live, it's beautiful. I travel cross country and I love those red rock mountains through Utah and the mountains of Colorado. And I love the plains of Kansas and, the rolling, I think they don't call it that, but in Missouri, I think the trees and it's kind of rolling hills, the up and down topography there is beautiful. So there's beauty all around us. And that's part of the mindset. Are you looking for good? So I guess the one little mini lesson of the day is look for the good. Look at the beauty of the earth around you. Look at what you can do, not what you can't do. Look at how you can be planning a trip for you or you and your spouse or your family or your sister, like my sister and I are out here today. So I encourage you to do that. Okay, so can everybody see? I want to give you one last look around here. Let's see. Here we go. Ta-da! Oops, here we go. How's that? Now, I never claimed to be a photographer, but I figured God's beauty can speak for me because it is really amazing. All right. Okay, my friends, thank you so much for being with me today. I love it. And, I look forward to seeing where you're going to trip. So send me a little message where you're going to take your first outing to. If you have any questions about the mindset, more on mindset masterclass, on the masterclass that starts on Thursday, just send me a message right here in the post. Send me a private message. You can also send me a message at Delinda@delindalane.com. Is that right? Yes, that is right. So yeah, send me an email message if you want to ask a question about it. All right. So as I always say, life is not a matter of chance. It is a matter of choice. Choose wisely. Choose to grow your mind. Whether it's with me or somebody else, choose to grow and to learn and let yourself go to that next level because there are blessings and abundance. Abundance, you guys. God didn't make you for scarcity. There's abundance of joy and happiness and financial rewards waiting for you. First of all, when you believe that you can and you start growing in your mind and making that choice. All right, everybody. Love you. Have a wonderful week and we'll talk soon. Bye.